Hey guys, how are we all? So, it's very windy, but we're out riding! Yay! So I took a few days off training, and I'm glad. I already felt like I needed it. I slept 11 hours yesterday, like between actually sleeping in the afternoon for an hour. I go to bed at like 6 p.m. in the evening, wake up at 5 a.m. You know, I literally do not know what's up with me. I've just been really tired, but not like underactive thyroid tired, just life tired, really. Hello guys, I hope you're all well. As you can see, I still haven't had my chair covered yet. I know, I'm a little bit disappointed as well, but it should be done soon enough and it looks funky as heck. Anyway, more importantly, that's not why you're here, is it? So this video, I want to do a little bit about telling you what I've been up to on this vlog, and I also want to talk to you a little bit about demotivation and this time of the year. So, I have actually been quite busy. I've been working quite a lot, but also been working on the Peugeot as well. You remember this, guys? Nice action. So that was the bike that we're going to be using for the £60 budget bike build challenge. So on that old school Peugeot, I'm going to be riding a 100-mile ride, a 10-mile TT, and a climbing challenge as well. If you need to know a little bit more about that, check the last video where I'm talking about the challenges and talking a little bit about the bike as well. So that aside, I wanted to talk about kind of demotivation and this time of the year. It is a terrible time of the year for motivation. So it's currently October at the minute, and I really struggle around this time of year. I can't lie for many reasons. One, I don't really like the dark that much. I love riding in the dark, don't get me wrong, but I hate going to work in the dark and coming home in the dark. It's just a little bit soul destroying if I do a long day at work, because I kind of realise that summer's gone. Also the cold, I don't fare very well in the cold, so it's a little bit difficult at the minute because I am feeling quite chilly all the time, especially on my commutes and stuff like that. And because they're so short, there's no point really layering up for a mile commute, but it's like every morning going out and getting quite cold. The rides as well. Last Saturday, me and Paul went out and did a half decent ride, and I was just freezing a lot of the time. So that kind of doesn't inspire me to want to really ride my bike that much. But there is a few little tips and tricks that I use to get around feeling a little bit demotivated. So the first one being, I actually clean my work and training space. Once I've done that, it seems to make me feel a little bit better about training, a little bit better about working on bikes, and it just keeps me a little bit more motivated to be in a nice clean space. I'm just a little bit weird like that. I like wherever I'm working to be, you know, looking nice, looking clean. It just makes me feel much more proud of what I'm doing. The next thing I normally do is I actually change my bike from a road bike back to a gravel bike. So the reason I do this is because you're not going to be getting comms, you're not going to be breaking PRs like this time of the year. I'm not really sure what the reason why is for that. Some people say it's because it's colder, some people say it's because the air's thicker. You know, I don't really understand that, but it's not really a time of year where my fitness is off the chart great anyway. So I actually spend more time kind of exploring than anything, going on new routes, that kind of thing. And I actually appreciate the drag from bigger tyres on the road because it slows me down, makes me work a little bit harder. But I also like the idea that if I go down some little lanes and I want to cut through some little like bridleways or something like that, I can. So if you look here, what I've actually done is I've taken my bike from the original 30C tyres and with all the bottle cages scattered everywhere, to a little bit more simplistic, nice, bigger 40C gravel style tyres now. And I also, like I said, took the bottle cages off because they're just not really something I use that much in winter. I keep, normally a big litre bottle in my frame bag, but I don't really kind of have them hanging off the back. One, because they get really muddy, and two, I'm just not a big drinker in the cold, unfortunately. The last thing that I quite like to do around this time of year to really help me as well is I start to set goals for next year, because then it makes me a little bit more focused on my training and I feel like I'm having a little bit more fun and I've got something to work towards. So in my mind currently is obviously the week record. That's on the back burner. Last year I wanted to do it, but I just had the issue of obviously my thyroid being quite bad, but that's kind of picked itself back up to normal again. The race around the Netherlands, because I had to pull out of that. I've still got an entry to that, thank you to Adventure Bike Racing. So I'll be going back to the race around the Netherlands if anyone's going to be there with me. And on top of that, it's one race that I really want to do, but it's kind of working it out with work and, family life and stuff like that. I'd love to do North Cape 4000. I don't know why, it's just one of those races that I've always thought, wow, that'd be quite cool. So yeah, it is really easy to get demotivated around this time of year, guys. The clocks are going back, it's getting colder. Cycling becomes much, much more challenging. You see less people out on the road, it is tough. So if you ask me, some ways to help with feeling a little bit demotivated. So a few little tips and tricks that I can give you. Number one, sort out a nice training space for winter. Place you can train, place you can work, place where you can kind of get away from it all like you used to when it was a sunny day out on your bike. Number two, spice it up a little bit. Turn your bike into a gravel bike. Maybe purchase a gravel bike. Literally try mountain biking. Just, find something to, give your riding a little bit more of an edge going into winter. The next thing is set some goals. Set goals, set challenges. Find things that are going to make you happy while you're getting ready for your next year, while you're in this off season. I'd even say consider, if you wanted to, set goals with other sports. Keep cycling on the back burner, see it as something you love, but just try and, set goals, stay focused. Anyway, guys, plenty of stuff to talk about coming up soon. Obviously, we've got the budget bike build challenges coming up this week, which I am excited about, but not excited about at the same time for a couple of reasons, which I'm going to talk about in a video later this week. Anyway, guys, keep following, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me how your week's going. Tell me if you've got any other tips that you think can motivate you over winter time.